I get the appeal of social media. I understand why there's an element of the fan base that is relevant that you need to appeal to to get them engaged with the team when otherwise they wouldn't normally watch the game for the game's sake. I am old school, still old school when it comes to this. You have to make them. You have to bring attention to what they're doing on the field. Yes, the community work is going to matter. There's no question about that. But you have to make what they're being able to do on the field compelling. And to me, here in Cincinnati, all I heard over the last 2 years is how it's become a football town. And that is big in a city like Cincinnati that for decades had been a baseball town. And the Bengals, yeah, they went to a couple of Super Bowls, but the Reds were always number one, much like the Red Sox were always number one in Boston. And the Patriots were, dragging up the rear in most cases for a good part of the, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. But in the Joe Burrow era, it's flipped. And this is now a Bengals town. And the Reds see the urgency of fielding a competitive team. And that's my whole point. You
Spending
must
money.
field. Well, no, not necessarily, Ed. In Cincinnati, you don't have the money. You don't have the market. You don't have Nesson. You do not own your own regional sports network to pump extra cash into the payroll, the operational budget of the club. You have to find other ways. And obviously the other way is the farm system. And you have to have people who know what they're doing, who can identify talent and bring them up through the system. And that's what the Reds have done. And fortunately, a couple of those players have great personalities. Ellie De La Cruz is certainly right at the top of that in terms of being a 21-year-old kid who was raised in the Dominican, but was exposed to baseball at a very young age, was very mature for, being a 15 and 16-year-old when he start getting identified. But also they went to the college ranks. They got a Jonathan India. They got a Matt McClain. Sorry, Louise, from UCLA. But they've got these younger players, and they traded away a lot of their older assets, which generated a 100-loss team last year, but is now they're reaping the fruit and sowing. They sowed the seeds and are now reaping the benefits of guys like Spencer Steer, who he's a rookie player. Nobody outside Cincinnati knows who he is, but he's a rookie who they can plug in, who doesn't cost them a lot of money. That's how a team like the Reds can compete. Get the fan base.
But is it not, though, fair to say that whether it's the Reds or any franchise, I don't care about all this loyalty. You got to win. If you don't win, fans are going to be sick and tired of sitting there paying for tickets and beer
in Cincinnati
and
they will
parking.
They'll be patient.
If you don't win. Cincinnati is willing to put up with a team that doesn't win for 10 years and they'll still be loyal?
No, Ed. They're willing to put up with a team that may not win its division, may play 500 ball, may play a couple of games under 500. If they're young and exciting and feel this is the future, and the team makes the commitment to keeping them around or keeping most of the young core around, they will turn out.